I have got a couple of shortcuts to solve this problem. Cube root of 770 over root 77 minus 29. Let's get started. The first term we have 770 over root 77. At the denominator we have square root of 77. To get rid of this square root at the denominator, I am going to do multiply and divided by square root of 77. Then at the denominator we have square root of 77 times square root of 77. After multiplying we will get only 77 because square root of a times square root of a. So we can write this as square root of a whole raised to power of 2. This square and square root gets cancelled, so we left only a. Similarly, square root of 77 times square root of 77, we will get only 77. Cancelling this, we will get only 10 times root 77. So let's write that. Root of 10 times root 77 minus 29. Now let's take the root 77. Square root of 64, so the result is 8. Square root of 81, the result is 9. But our 77 lies in between square root of 64 and square root of 81. So that means it is not a perfect square. Now I am going to show the trick for the non-perfect square numbers. If we have a non-perfect square number, so we can split into x plus or minus y. The formula for this trick is square root of x. Either you do plus or minus, then y divided by 2 times root x. Here root x we need to convert in perfect square. I will show you how to do. What we have 77. So what's the formula? Square root of x plus or minus y, that is equal to, so we need to convert this non-perfect square number in terms of one perfect square and y as non-perfect number. Square root of 77 it lies in between square root of 64 and square root of 81. So let's convert in terms of 64. This 77 we need to write in terms of 64, that is 64 plus 13, which gives root 77, isn't it? Here I am doing plus. So that is square root of 64 plus our y is 13 over 2 times root 64. And we know that root 64 the value is 8. So just write 8 here and here also 8. So that is equal to 8 plus 13 over 2 times 8, which gives 16. 13 over 16. The numerator is smaller than denominator. So that's why we need to start with a decimal point. And observe here, after decimal point we can add one 0 here. So then 16 times 8 is 128. 130 minus 128, which gives only 2. So now because of decimal point we can add one 0. So 16 times 1 is 16. Then the remainder is 4. After decimal point we are getting 2 digits. So let's stop here. So 13 divided by 16, the value is 0.81. After adding these two numbers we will get 8.81. So square root of 77, the value is 8.81. So like that we can find a non-perfect square number. So let's take that. So here we have times 10. So let's do times 10, then we will get 88.1. So 10 root 77, the value is 88.1. So now we need to do subtraction here. So how much we have? We have minus 29. So let's do 29. So after doing subtraction, then we'll get 59. 59.1, which is nearly equal to 59. So let's take 59. So now our goal is to find cube root of 59 value. And we know that 3 cube is 27, 4 cube is 64. So our 59, it lies in between 3 cube and 4 cube, isn't it? So that means this 59 also not a perfect cube number. Now I will show you how to find the non-perfect cube number. For that, same like square trick only, we have to use cube root of x plus or minus y. So x you take it as a perfect cube and y as a normal. Then this formula is cube root of x. Either we do plus or minus y divided by, we are doing cube root, that's why just multiply by 3 times cube root of x times cube root of x. That means we are doing 2 times here. Now see this 59, it is very near to 64. That's what I am writing in terms of 64. So this 59 we can write it as 64 minus 5. 64 minus 5, which is 59. So this is our x and this is our y. What's the formula? Cube root of x, that is cube root of 64. Cube root of 64 is nothing but 4 only. So I'm writing directly the number 4. We're doing minus, so minus. Our y value is 5. So let's take 5 over 3 times cube root of x, that is cube root of 64, which is 4, times again cube root of x, that is cube root of 64, that is 4. So the value is 4 minus 5 over 4 times 4, 16. 16 times 3, 48. Numerator is smaller than denominator, that's why I'm starting with a decimal point. 5, 40, 1s are 48, then you will get 0. Because of decimal point, I'm writing 0. Then here we have only 1 0, so that's why if we add one more 0, you need to add one more 0 here. So then 48 times 4, which gives 192. So let's take 4 times 192. Then our result is 0.104. Subtracting 4 minus 0.104, then you will get 3.896. That is the cube root of 59 number, 3.896. This is the result of this cube root of 770 over root 77 minus 29. What is the result? 3.896. Our given question is in terms of root 77. If you want to convert this in terms of root 77, that is, already we know that root 77, the value is 8.81. Let's take that and convert in terms of root 77. So what we have? We have 8.81. If you subtract minus 1 from here, that is root 77. If you subtract minus 1, so that is 8.81. If you do minus 1, then you will get 7.81, which is half of this our result. So that's why now let's do divided by 2. Then you will get 2 times 3 is 6.905, which is very near to our result. So our result is 3.89, which is very nearly equal to this 3.905. So either we can write in terms of 3 in decimal points, or we can write in terms of root 77 minus 1 over 2.